It's been a pretty wild year for video games. We've had our fair share of amazing releases and disappointing titles, but nearly every month has been packed with great games to play. December will be no different, so let's take a look at the top 10 games to play as 2017 ends. Hello Neighbor. Have you ever wanted to play a stealth game where your neighbor was the enemy, probably wanted to kill you, and had an adaptive AI to prevent you from trying the same trick twice? Hello Neighbor is probably your best bet. It's an intriguing mix of survival and stealth as you explore numerous different ways to infiltrate your neighbor's home. Recent updates have diversified the gameplay even further, with the ability to double jump and escape the neighbor should you be caught. The real question is whether Hello Neighbor will finally hit its December 8th release date and not suffer another delay. It arrives for Xbox One, PC, and macOS. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Nintendo has been continuously scoring home runs this year, offering a good to great Switch title almost every month since launch. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 from Monolith Soft joins that club, and it's certainly a momentous title to close the year with. Along with a massive open world that should, if it's anything like previous titles, offer hundreds of hours of gameplay, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a new story. Set on the backs of Titans, a scavenger named Rex discovers a blade known as Pyrrha and must take her to Elysium, a paradise of sorts. There are colorful characters to meet along the way, different blades to acquire, abilities to learn, combos to create, and beautiful areas to explore. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is out on December 1st for the Nintendo Switch. Resident Evil 7, End of Zoe, and Not a Hero. It's hard to believe that this year began with an excellent title like Resident Evil 7, and to cap that off, we'll be receiving not one, but two DLC on December 12th. Not a Hero is the free DLC focusing on Chris Redfield and his hunt for Lucas Baker after the main story, while End of Zoe is a paid DLC pack that sees Zoe meeting up with a stranger named Joe. It's also the same day that Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition launches, so you can experience all previously released DLC along with the new additions in one great package. Okami HD. After many moons, Capcom is finally fulfilling my wish of seeing Okami on PC. The fact that this is Okami HD, a remaster of the classic action-adventure Zelda-like title, and it's also coming to PS4 and Xbox One, doesn't hurt either. If you've never played Okami, it follows the tale of Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess who's reincarnated as a wolf and must stop the 8-headed demon Orochi from conquering the land. More than just a higher resolution and widescreen support, Okami HD offers the chance to revisit one of the most underrated video games of the PS2 era. It releases on December 12th. Battlefield 1, Turning Tides. December marks the release of Battlefield 1's next DLC, Turning Tides, or at least it's the first stage of the content release, which will include battles on land, sea, and air, along with two new maps, Cape Helles and Achibaba, out this month. An additional 2 maps arrive next month. You can expect 6 new weapons like the M1917 Trench Carbine, Type 38 Arisaka, and the M1917 MG, among other weapons. New vehicles, a new faction, a new operation, and the Conquest Assault mode where players must take back and hold areas occupied by defenders will also be coming. The first wave of content will arrive on December 11th, 2017 for Xbox One, PS4, and PC players, while the second wave is out in January 2018. Destiny 2, Curse of Osiris. Despite every single indication that this will be another bland DLC for Bungie's Destiny 2, Curse of Osiris at least offers some new story. Essentially, you'll be looking for Osiris, the legendary warlock, and attempting to battle Vex's next big evil plan. This involves heading to Mercury and the Infinite Forest, which offers random arrangements of levels and time periods, along with forging new weapons. There's even something called a raid lair to add onto the Leviathan, and which should hopefully be more fulfilling. Destiny 2 Curse of Osiris is out on December 5th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Doom VFR. After bringing Doom to the Nintendo Switch by some miracle, Bethesda Softworks is now gearing up for Doom VFR. This is the virtual reality version of the game, but it still maintains the demon-slaying, bone-tearing, arm-ripping action that defined the original. While we're not sure how the fast-paced experience will translate to virtual reality, where the less insane movement the better, but it certainly has us intrigued. Doom VFR will be coming to PlayStation VR and HTC Vive via Steam on December 1st. Fallout 4 VR. More Fallout 4? Well, yes, there's more Fallout 4, and this time it's heading to HTC Vive. The controversial first-person shooter/RPG has seen a number of updates, DLC, the Creation Club with its lame add-ons, and so on. But this time we get to do it all in virtual reality. The highlight of Fallout 4 VR is the fact that this isn't just a slice of the game, it's the entire experience, and for what it's worth, early impressions seem favorable if not outright excited. Still, if you want something to justify that VR purchase that isn't called Doom VFR, then Fallout 4 VR will be available on December 12th via Steam. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on Xbox One. One of the most eagerly anticipated Xbox One exclusives isn't even from Microsoft, nor did it start out as an Xbox title. We're talking about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the 100-person last man standing title that swept the world with 22 million copies sold on Steam. From its humble roots on early access, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has shattered a number of records on Steam, and version 1.0 is currently in the testing phase. That version will release in late December for PC users, but Xbox One players can look forward to playing the game through Xbox Game Preview on December 12th. Final Fantasy XV Episode Ignace. So it's not exactly meant to be the meatiest content releasing for a game in December, but Final Fantasy XV Episode Ignace does look pretty fun. Releasing on December 13th, the DLC will focus on Ignace as he temporarily teams up with Ravis Nox Fleuret, aka Luna's brother, in order to secure the safety of both Noctis and Luna. Ignace's abilities are pretty interesting as he throws spell daggers and can target numerous enemies at once. The story should also help fill in some awkward holes, like how Ignace was blinded and what other events occurred in Altesia while Leviathan was stomping around. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.